His parents want me to raise his twin boys from an affair with a 20-year-old who died in a car crash. Hi everyone. My 45F husband, 49M, of 23 years, has been having an affair with a 20-year-old girl since 2020. In March, I discovered his affair partner had twin boys. Our divorce was inevitable. Common possessions plus the need for an accountant since he used the shared account for his affair have made it a long process. After a car crash killed my husband and his unfaithful partner, things seemed to stop. Incredible, the twin babies survived the crash. Orphaned, neither said of. Grandparents can adopt them. My husband has no siblings and his aunt won't remove his parents from assisted living. Her entire existence is childless. Women's side. The details are unknown, but her parents cannot stay active and her sister lives abroad. I and our 2 children inherit his things because we're married and he hadn't changed his will. I gave the pooled account amount to their legal guardian so they wouldn't go without. About 25,000 saves. No one will accept them. My in-laws want me to raise them. Don't want. At all. I wouldn't love or mistreat them. A large part of me will always resent them. I'll likely favor kids. Not their fault. Before the affair, I loved my husband and thought we were happy. Our daughters are 14 and 16. We never insulted each other despite our differences. He called me names and blamed me for his affair after I found out. He was abusive and wanted me out. For comparison, my childhood home is private. Now I raise teens alone. Lacking energy to raise kids. My daughters hate their younger brothers. I begged the kids to spend time with their dad during our divorce, but they refused. It was impossible to sugarcoat this after the babies disclosed it. They're too elderly to get away with it. Most of my friends don't think I should raise those kids, but my in-laws, a fair woman's parents and mother, do. My mom simply has grandkids fever, but not having her support hurts. By next week I must decide or the boys will go to foster care. Their maternal grandparents are temporarily caring for them. Though my heart aches as I can't take them. If I don't take them? Hello everyone, this exceeded my hopes and I appreciate the well wishes for my kids, boys and myself. Also for the many wonderful people helping to find the twins a good home. Though I'm not their mother, it makes me happy to see lovely individuals. After pondering, visiting my lawyer, reading responses, researching, etc., I'll inform the grandparents tomorrow. I won't watch the boys. I'll give them private adoption and fostering usernames, but my daughters come first. The twins' grandparents must choose to adopt, keep, or give them to the state. Wish I had the mental power to do this, but my 2 children are struggling and need my whole attention. I'll also consult lawyers about sons' inheritance. If so, I'll separate it and let the lawyers decide when to give them access. If not, I'll find a way to give them the 25,000 I promised. I'll stop. My ethics may be twisted. I don't think I have to do more than the law requires. Not everyone can be helped, shouldn't. 2 of my daughters need therapy and are starting college after losing their father. They're sick of their mother favoring their father's mistress's kids. Update 1. Hello everybody. I spoke to the twins' grandparents yesterday, as mentioned 2 nights before. I explained my position and rejected to guard them. After I said it, my father-in-law stopped my mother-in-law from slapping me in public. My maternal grandparents asked me to raise them to keep them. So I said no and reacted when branded selfish. I told them only they and their son and daughter were selfish. Their son, my husband, for adultery and wrecking my divorce with my girls. The daughter was a whore who pursued a married man twice her age. If they called again, I'd tell them to stop. I also told my in-laws they won't visit my girls. For a time. I'll explain later. Before eating, I departed a restaurant. I also emailed my lawyer to alert CPS and other twin monitoring organizations that I won't be their guardian. I then contacted my in-laws, the identities and websites of Reddit, and here users who offered to interview for the twins' adoption. Nice as that is, I can't help you if you want the guys. My involvement stopped yesterday. I questioned my girls why my in-laws won't visit before seeing the grandparents. Rarely, my youngest refused to talk to me. My oldest wanted to talk alone. As I will have to pay for these twins' private education and college. My in-laws advised the daughters to prepare for public school and get jobs right out of high school. Move their stuff to share a room, they hear. My girls have separate rooms since my twins need more space, new to me. Nothing like that would happen. My in-laws bully the girls because babies come first. Not happening. I told the girls their grandparents had no say in school, college funds, or our house's rooms. Children can use part-time jobs and scholarships, but their tuition will be paid. I told them not to blame babies for adult foolishness. They understand but don't want to see their brothers. That gives me hope for their survival. Adjusting the house is for now. Still, having my husband's workplace bothers my girls and me. It will be our game room. I wanted to include my husband's photos in the girls' albums. We want to customize it. My girls told me about the affair when my husband took them to meet the twins at the hospital, so they didn't want anything to do with him. He asked them to be quiet, but my girls told me. After that, my spouse mistreated them. He broke up with girls. No significant update because people keep PMing me. I saw a lawyer Monday. Sons cannot inherit without a DNA test. After that, they only sue my in-laws. The shared account is mine because my husband doesn't own it. Also Lake Home. His parents received his savings account and life insurance, so the boys could only claim that. This can be altered if it goes to trial, but my lawyer informed me a judge is unlikely to demand my girls and my assets considering how little my husband left us. The lawyer also recommended me to stop paying the boys. I may be accused of being their protector and fiscally responsible. I split my daughter's college tuition account. I may sell the lake house, but neither the girls nor I am connected. Leave me alone about the boys' inheritance. Too bad my spouse ruined everything for his kids. It's not my responsibility to aid them or give up my possessions. Update 2 has good and annoying news. Fortunately, CPS removed the boys from their maternal grandparents and placed them in foster care until a permanent placement is found. Their grandmother and mother yelled at me at work when I found out. I'm glad it happened at work, not home. To avoid my girls seeing this, I'm considering moving. Getting a call about my fostering and adoption request soon after was annoying. According to CPS, I wanted to foster and adopt twins. I immediately retold the grandparents my dilemma, leaving the operator stunned. She apologized and promised a smooth process. Served this morning. The in-laws want grandparents' rights. They also request custody. I don't think they should leave assisted living to buy a property where kids can get my girls back. My lawyer swiftly gave me instructions I won't share to shield myself and my daughters from custody fights. Due to their disabilities, my lawyer and in-laws consider the girls should parentify them as twin caregivers. Hell will have a cold day first. I doubt CPS placed the boys with them. Not all horrible. My oldest daughter is discussing universities again as I begin treatment next week. We haven't talked about their father or visited his grave, and I'm getting used to not calling him my husband. Just paying bills at the burial, and I think his. Parents wrote the epitaph. Cherished husband, father, and son. A joke. Bitterness and anger are unacceptable, but I'll replace his tombstone to remove husband and father when I have time. It may seem petty, but I won't praise a dead cheater and abuser. After repairing the tombstone, I paid for everything since my girls and I deserved better. Nowhere complaints. I probably won't update till the grandparents' right lawsuit is over. People who helped me and my daughters do too. Many thanks. Returning to my old Reddit account for now, hoping for good news. Can house twins temporarily? Or until a relative intervenes? Even briefly, I refuse. I'm 45. Quite tired. Working full-time. No time for babies. The babysitter is gone. My daughters can wait for me at home after school. I cannot do that with babies or ask them to monitor them. Socializing after school is their thing. Can't take their babies. Cannot take them up. Them innocent. But I can't. My cousin would get my daughters if reversed. That was always our fallback if my spouse and I died. Unfortunately, twins don't. More reading makes me know I can't take those babies. Encouraging her daughters to bond with their half-brothers. Try as I could. Teens know cheating. I won't force them to touch the babies. Daughters of have affair and aftermath therapy. It was said that my girls have therapists. Girls despise babies. Certainly not the baby's fault. Girls are angry and blaming. I want them relaxed. On husband's family will inheritance. Any twin boy stuff? My name was on the will and property. A lake house for sale is the only communal property. I willingly share conflicting wills. I don't have to give now. Not 50/50. Our prenup awarded me most of his assets after the divorce since he cheated. That's half his stuff. My family home was mine before marriage. The autos will be auctioned for my daughter's college per his will. His assets were $25,000 and half the lake house. His will left his parents his bank balance. Will denies them assets. They would get $25,000 in contest part ownership of a lake house. I'll quit. I divorced with most of my assets and the higher income. College for my girls. Though I grieve, my children won't suffer. You're crazy to think my daughters will love them right away. Therapy allows them to see their half-brothers. No push. I hope youngsters learn not to resent them and regard them as innocent, but they won't become family. My divorce and will lawyers give me strict instructions. Counsel advised me not to break the law. Also irrelevant if I deserved a loyal husband. My daughters deserved better dads. Legal rights will be granted to twins. October 17, 2024, Update 3. I have nothing to report yet, although several have asked. The boys were first taken by my ex-husband's cousins. They're attractive and will raise the twins well. The new parents. Tell my daughters to call Matt and Kim to talk to their half-brothers. Otherwise, they may see them as distant cousins. My girls thanked them but said they don't want siblings but maybe cousins. Since we're related, I offered them the shared account money, but they declined. Kim made me spend that money on a girls' trip, and I looked dead. They had strict regulations about my in-laws and my ex's affair partner's parents. They can visit boys but not grandkids. This seems to have divided the APA's parents. Matt and Kim intervened. Threatened grandparents' rights litigation failed again. I understood the AP's parents' inability to keep the sons. Father is a felon for abuse. Out of respect, I won't say more. But if Matt and Kim are right, glad the sons won't be like that dad. His wife only received interim guardianship after the parents' sudden death and the search for a relative to raise the children. She didn't want permanent custody without her husband. After intimidation failed, my ex-in-laws turned to great-uncles, probably excellent for them. They want to live with me and the girls after failing to obtain a place in assisted living. My ex and I volunteered to pay 5 years in full, so they got in. The wait list is long. I would cover their last 2 years. I'd rather BBQ than pay them after what they did to my daughters and myself. They expect my girls and me to care for them. Not even considering. My children have various roots, and I want to meet someone new. I've moved on after finding the affair, although it may seem too quickly. Maybe my ex doesn't deserve my pain. I lamented our bond. Interestingly, my oldest daughter said that. She suggests meeting someone. I'll post more about my ex-in-law's custody struggle and other issues when I know more, but the boys are safe and together. Commenter 1, you and your daughters sound settled. I'm glad the boys are safe and get along with their half-sisters. Happy for everyone. This event exceeded my expectations. For the coming. Dupe, they'll be alright if they can afford a new home. They may be nasty, but I would pay for a suitable refuge for homeless people. Their next move is up to them. Why did your ex-in-laws leave their prepaid lodging? Got 2 years unused rent? That's expensive. Oh no. They approved the money to finish their custody plan promptly. As my in-laws committed the breach, I'm talking to a lawyer to collect the money, but it's unlikely. About $180,000. Yes, I agree. My ex-Phil is blind and knee pain. He barely moves. My ex-Mill has back issues. They both have diabetes and other problems that make living alone difficult. A caregiver is needed everywhere. This is why my ex and I looked for a decent facility. If they hadn't received my ex's savings and life insurance, I'd feel obligated. They received tons of cash. Enough to live comfortably if not wasted. Wasting it is their responsibility. Again, if they started poor.